Hey, welcome back to my channel. If you want to learn how to stay accountable during your body fat transformation journey and learn the proper habits for lifelong weight loss, then you've come to the right place. Today I want to go over the top 10 vegetables that you must have on your keto diet. And I did try to rank these vegetables from 10 being good to number 1 being the absolute best vegetable that you must have on keto. Alright, so I did want to use some criteria to determine the ranking of these vegetables, and the criteria goes as following, and all of this is going to be in 1 cup measurement. So the criteria goes as following. So we're using net carb, fiber content, digestibility, nutrient profile, and the last one is any added benefits that vegetable might have for your health. And as a bonus, what I'm going to do after I go over each vegetable, I'm going to give you a couple of ideas on how you can incorporate those vegetables into your daily diet. Alright, so let's get started with the top 10 vegetables that you must have on keto. I am very excited to be doing this video because vegetables are very undermined when it comes to the keto diet, and people don't use them as much as they should. They don't realize what a great nutrient profile they have. They can help you with satiety, and they can make your keto diet, a lot easier. Now, if you're watching this video, these vegetables are not good just for keto. So if you're not doing the keto diet, if you're doing the low carb diet, or if you're doing a medium carb diet, keep these vegetables in mind as well, and keep in mind all the bullet points that I'm going to be going through for each vegetable and how they can help you as well. So let's start out. Number 10 is going to be cauliflower. Cauliflower comes in at 3.2 grams of net carb per cup. It is great for satiety. It's high in fiber, and it has a high vitamin B and vitamin C content per cup as well. Now, one of the reasons that cauliflower was ranked number 10 is because it's a high FODMAP. So FODMAP vegetables essentially are a type of carbohydrates that some people have a hard time digesting, and they can cause a little bit of bloating, some digestive discomfort here and there. And they're also they're part of the cruciferous family. So cruciferous vegetables also have been known to cause some digestive problems, but again, nothing too big, nothing to worry about, just a little bit of bloating. So that's one of the reasons that cauliflower was ranked as number 10 and a little bit higher down the ladder. And when it comes to cauliflower, I think I'm just going to say what we're all thinking when it comes to like how you can have cauliflower, and that's going to be cauliflower rice. So cauliflower rice is a great way for you to add more volume to your food without adding a lot of calories, a lot of carbs. So if you're having like a Chipotle imitation bowl where you have your guacamole, your sour cream, your fatty meats, and you want a little bit more, but you don't want to add more meats or fats because you might overdo your calories, 1 cup of cauliflower rice is going to do wonders. Alright, so number 9 is going to be mushrooms. And mushrooms are coming in at 1.5 grams of net carb per cup. The wonderful thing about mushrooms is that they're very tasty, and they're great for helping you stay full as well. Now, one of the cool things about mushrooms is there's actually some studies that show that as you get older, mushrooms, especially lion's mane mushrooms, are really good for brain and nerve health. So eating 1 or 2 cups of mushrooms a day can also prove very beneficial for your health, not just your body, but your brain as well. Now, one of the reasons that mushroom was ranked number 9 and not a little bit higher is because it is also a high FODMAP food, meaning that it can cause a little bit of discomfort to some people, some digestive problems. So if you're somebody that likes eating a lot of vegetables, a lot of the times people ask me, hey, I'm having digestive discomfort. One of the very first things that I eliminate from their diet to see if that's what it is, it's the FODMAP vegetables. So, mushroom, again, it could be, it could cause some, bloating, some digestive problems, but again, that's just from person to person. It just depends on the individual, that we're talking about. Some ideas, that would include an omelet with vegetables where you add some jalapenos, you add some onions, tomatoes, some mushrooms, and then one of my favorite ones is a creamy keto soup, a creamy mushroom keto soup that you can have, for dinner, or you can pour on top of one of your fatty proteins as well. Alright, we're moving down the list. Vegetable number 8 that you must have on the keto diet is going to be eggplant. And eggplant is only going to be coming at 2.3 grams of net carb per cup. It is high in iron, and it is very versatile to use. Instead of doing potatoes, you can throw 1 cup of eggplant and substitute it for for the potatoes. Now, one of the reasons that eggplant ranked as number 8 and not a little bit higher is because eggplant is part of the nightshade family. So the nightshade vegetables, if you have an autoimmune disease, so nightshade vegetables, they don't cause flare-ups. So I want to be clear about that. They do not cause flare-ups, but they can aggravate it. So if you have, an autoimmune disease like lupus, something like that, then one of the things that nightshade vegetables can do is they can aggravate a flare-up. Now, again, I want to be clear. It doesn't mean that it's going to cause a flare-up, but they can make flare-ups a little bit worse. And when it comes to ideas, like everyone's favorite when it comes to eggplant is going to be eggplant parmesan, where you use the eggplant, some low-carb marinara sauce, you throw some cheese in there, and then you can put your sausage, and boom, you're gonna have eggplant parmesan, or just some type of like pizza boat as well. And a lot of people use the eggplant, they cut it into slices, and they could use that as kind of like layer for lasagna as well. So I think eggplant is gonna go well with any type of keto Italian-based dish. All right, so vegetable number 7 is going to be zucchini. Zucchini is only going to be coming in at 2.6 grams of net carb, and what makes zucchini really special is that zucchini is one of the few vegetables that is going to contain both soluble and insoluble fiber. There's some studies out there that show that it can help with your vision and with your eye health as well. Now, when it comes to zucchini, some ideas, one of my favorite ones is for sure zoodles, which is spiral zucchini. And the cool thing about that is that thanks to the food technology that we have nowadays, you can find those already pre-made. And one of the things I like to that I like to recommend that I think goes very well with zoodles is a garlic pesto shrimp zoodle pasta. So essentially, it's just your zoodles with 3 tablespoons of pesto. And if you guys didn't know, pesto is extremely keto friendly. So you can do that with like some shrimp. I think shrimp goes very well with this dish. You can also do chicken. Of course, you can always include zucchini in your soups as well to add more volume to that particular dish. 6 is going to be bell peppers. And bell peppers, that's going to include orange, yellow, red, and green bell peppers. So it's going to include all of them. So bell peppers, for the most part, are going to be 1.5 to 2 grams of net carb per cup. It is great for cooking. You can use it for so many things. It can help you add volume to foods, to plates, to salads, to any proteins that you're cooking. And one of the cool benefits about bell peppers, a lot of people don't know about this, is that bell pepper actually has 3 times the amount of vitamin C compared to oranges. So next time you're thinking about doing a fresh squeezed orange juice, I would recommend that you do a fresh squeezed bell pepper juice instead. I don't know if there's such a thing. I don't think there is. So ignore what I just said. But if you want to get your vitamin C up, then make sure that you get that you're eating bell peppers instead of oranges. Now, when it comes to ideas, one of the ones that I like to recommend the most is fajitas. That could be shrimp fajitas, that could be steak fajitas, it could be chicken fajitas, or it could be a mixture of all of them. And then stuffed bell peppers. So that's a great dish that you can have whether on keto or off keto, because you can put your lean protein or your fatty protein in the bell pepper, put even some more vegetables in there. A little bit of sour cream. If you're off keto, light sour cream, some guacamole. You do 2 or 3 of those, 6 ounces of protein. We're looking at no more than 300 calories per meal. So bell peppers, you can use them for stuffed bell peppers or fajitas, or just include them in any salad or any particular big dish with meat that you're cooking. So number 5 is going to be cucumbers. And as we're getting higher in the ranking for these vegetables, you're going to notice that the net carb is slowly going down. So with this one, we're looking at 1.5 grams of net carb per cup. Now, the cool thing about cucumbers is that they're 95% water. And when a vegetable is, so I'm going to spoil the next one a little bit, because number 4 is also a 95% water type of vegetable. So when you have these types of vegetables, they actually help you with hydration, and they can actually help you help with the intake of minerals that you're consuming throughout the day. So not only do they have the benefit of being extremely filling and satiating, but they're also going to help you stay hydrated, while at the same time helping you absorb vitamins and minerals that you may be having a hard time doing because, just in case you're dehydrated. Now with cucumbers, I can't think of any negative setbacks with this one, except that might be just a little bit higher in carbs compared to the ones that we have coming up. But with some ideas, cucumber salad, one of my favorite ones is, again, you guys are probably gonna know I'm from the Southwest because of this, and it's gonna be sliced cucumbers with tahini, which is a type of condiment. It's like a chili and lime. And if you're doing keto or you're not doing keto, you could literally do a whole cucumber, put some tahini in it. And it's a great snack to have, not only because it's high in sodium. Tahini is a very high sodium condiment, but as we know with keto, you're going to be losing a lot of electrolytes, so it's a good way to replenish that. But not only that, is the cucumber is going to help you absorb more of that sodium from the condiment, from the tahini, as if you weren't eating it. So one of my favorite snacks to recommend is cucumber with tahini. If you haven't tried it, make sure to try it. It's extremely good, and it can be very satiating for when you're feeling a little bit like when you're getting the munchies, or when you want to snack on something but you don't want to do something with high calories. All right, so number 4 is going to be celery. And celery is going to be a lot similar to cucumber in that it's going to be a 90 to 95% water-based vegetable. Celery is only 1.4 grams of net carb. Now, the really fascinating thing about celery is that celery is known as what's known as a negative calorie food, meaning that your body takes more calories to digest it and break it down than what the actual celery is worth. So, I mean, yes, if you're eating, if you eat 100 celery stalks, in one sitting, then yes, you're probably gonna get some carbs from that. But if you're eating, 7 or 8 celery stalks, chances are that you're probably not even getting any calories. So this is going to be a great thing that you can add to soups, you can add to salads, just to help you with volume, with satiety, without actually adding any calories whatsoever. Now, when it comes to celery recommendations, I think peanut butter with celery is a good one. That's always one of my favorite snacks to give out, is like, the celery sticks with peanut butter and some keto chocolate chips. That's a good one. But I just think that celery can just be added with anything. One of my favorite ways to use celery on keto, and this is going to be a little bit unorthodox, is going to be celery is a good vegetable for Asian type dishes or based dishes. So if you're doing like a keto stir fry, so let's say that you use like the shirataki noodles, like the miracle noodles, and I'm going to put a picture of what those are. You could do you could fry those up with some oil. Add some celery, add some carrots, add some peas, some corn, and then you're gonna have like a lo mein type of dish. So celery is great for those kinds of situations. So number 3 is going to be cabbage, and cabbage is only going to be 1.2 grams of net carb per cup. And cabbage is another great vegetable that is low calorie, low carb, high fiber, that is gonna help you stay full. My idea for cabbage is going to be slow cooker cabbage meatball rolls, which is where you wrap your meatballs in cabbage and then you put them in the slow cooker, and you can add some broth in there, you can add some spices, if you want to make it creamy, add some buffalo sauce. They're gonna add volume to the food, they're gonna make the meatballs thicker, they're gonna help you stay full for a lot longer without having any additional carbs, and they're gonna add a bunch of flavor and a bunch of vitamins and minerals to your particular dish. Number 2 is going to be lettuce, and lettuce is only going to be 1 gram of net carb per cup. And as we know, lettuce is the most versatile vegetable out there. You can pretty much put it anywhere. You can use it in a lot of things. It can be part of a salad, it can be part of topping when it's shredded. I mean, it just helps add crazy volume to things without actually adding any calories. So when it comes to the ideas, I mean, it's pretty hard to give ideas, because you can use it in so many things. You could use it with naked burgers, salads, taco boats. I mean, you could use it for a myriad of things. So when it comes to lettuce, again, we're going to leave it as number 2 because you can use it with pretty much anything. It's only 1 gram of net carb. And there's actually a study that shows that lettuce is linked to better sleep. So one of the cool benefits of lettuce is it can actually help and improve your sleep if you're eating it on a regular basis. All dark leafy greens are going to be taking the number 1 spot for the top 10 vegetables that you must have on keto. It's going to include spinach, arugula, collard greens, bok choy, any dark leafy greens that you could think of are going to be taking the number 1 spot. They are going to be the lowest carb content vegetable, even with the highest ones being probably no more than 1.2 grams of carbs per net cup, with the lowest one being 0.3 grams of net carb per cup. And not to mention that they have a great profile nutrient. A lot of them are very high in vitamin B, and a lot of the dark leafy greens have some anti-cancerous properties, so they're very good for your health. They're going to contain a lot of antioxidants, and they're going to be very filling. So with dark leafy greens, you have to make sure that you're including at least 2 to 4 cups a day of that in your diet. And I mean, you can include them in your omelets, in your salads. You can cook with them. Believe it or not, you can actually throw in like your collard greens, your bok choy with your protein, and just mix it all in for more volume, for more flavor, for more, for more satiety. So dark leafy greens are gonna be the #1 must-have vegetable on your keto diet. So hopefully you guys found some value in that video. If you did, make sure to hit the like button. I'm going to be uploading some more videos in the future. I'm going to be uploading, if you haven't watched my last video, which is a testimonial from a client on how she was able to lose 33 pounds in 4 months, make sure that you check that out. I'm going to leave that video in the link in the description below, as well with the studies that I referenced earlier with some of the vegetables. And subscribe so you can stay tuned for more future content, and I will see you guys then.